Hey, everybody, and welcome to this episode 261 of the Thoughtium Navigating Now virtual roundtable series. My name is Layla Mohadis. I'm a senior consultant here at Thoughtium. We go live every Thursday afternoon with leaders and leadership topics that matter most. Today, I have the pleasure of hosting our Meet the Team episode for our beloved Adrienne. She is a fellow senior consultant here at Thoughtium based in Denver. She has extensive experience in coaching, growth strategy, and brand management. She is an absolute powerhouse and has made a huge impact on our team, even since just joining last June. So I could go on, but I'll pause here. Welcome, Adrienne.
Thanks, Layla, and a big thank you to you because you made my onboarding experience so amazing. So thanks for having me on today.
Oh, yes, we did redesign our foundations program last summer, and you were one of our guinea pigs for it. So thank you. Quick question just to get us started. How are you coming in today?
Super excited. Yeah, really pumped to be able to chat with you today and share a little bit about my background and experience so far at Thoughtium.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it. So, yeah, I guess just to start us off, tell us a little bit about your background, how you found Thoughtium, your journey to the pirate ship.
I love the pirate ship metaphor. So my career has kind of been in three different chapters. My first chapter was with Procter and Gamble doing brand management, and this was basically like business boot camp. How do you manage a business? How do you run a brand? So it was literally like an extension of school of really learning all about brand management. And I got to work on some amazing brands like Tide and Pampers. So things that people were using every day within their homes and had a really big impact on their lives. Then I wanted to move out to Colorado with my boyfriend and myself, or fiance now. And so we landed in Colorado, and I went to work at an innovation consulting firm based out of Boulder. And so this is where I really got to stretch my creative thinking, work around insights and innovation. And that was a really amazing chapter. But something still wasn't right. I was like moving the pieces around in my career, and I was like, I still don't think this is exactly, my purpose of what I really want to be doing. And so I magically was able to get reconnected with Grift, our CEO, who I went to college with. And we met up when I was talking about promoting a yoga retreat that I was hosting and leading. So he reached out to me really kindly and said, "This is amazing what you're doing. Like, keep it up," just giving me a really supportive message. And then I started looking into Thoughtium. I was like, oh, "Wait, what does your company do? What is this?" And I was just blown away with all of the types of work and clients that Thoughtium does. So I was like, "This is exactly the next step and chapter that I want to take in my career." So haven't looked back one day yet.
Aw, that's awesome. I forgot that you it was because of doing that like yoga retreat that Grift, reached out. And that's so cool that you're working on something that you were like passionate about and kind of putting that energy into the world and kind of like attracted, then Grift and kind of you found this path. So I guess, going off of that, what maybe thinking about more so the work that we do and the work that you've been doing here at Thoughtium, what's been lighting you up? What's been getting you excited?
I mean, we just held a workshop a couple weeks ago with a client team that's actually going through a ton of change. So we're seeing more companies that are going through massive restructuring, and new teams are coming together and really expected to perform right away. And so this was an offsite we held with a team where we did an experience called "This Is Our Moment." And hearing the conversations that our experience provided, that some of these respondents were able to do and go through, where they were saying, "Actually, we have this new team together, but I've been feeling really disconnected, or I don't really know what all of our roles are or how we should be working together." And they found out in this session that half of the other team felt the same way, but they had no idea that that was other people's experiences.
Hmm.
So, what I've loved so much is how we really intentionally create the space and these containers for conversations to be able to happen. So, people are just enjoying their day to day work and roles a lot better. So, that's where it's very values aligned with me, of like this work really actually helping people enjoy their work more, be more productive. And to me, it's like, this is our little way, I think, of like helping make the world a better place through people's work lives.
Oh, I love that. And your passion just comes through so strongly, which is awesome. Like you can tell this is really yeah, your passion and your purpose. So I do love this is our moment because it does just really give teams and people that chance to pause and reflect, which we often don't really get a lot of time to do in our day to day. It makes me think back to your yoga retreat as well. Like again, just kind of like giving people that space, that moment to pause. So yes, all just yeah, your values and purpose shining through. So I guess that being said, maybe let's thinking back over the course of the 7-ish months that you've been here. What's maybe one experience or memory, either client or internal, that stands out over your Thoughtium time?
Well, I think it was about 4 weeks in to starting at the role. We had the Thoughtium team offsite in
Oh
South
yeah.
Michigan. And I think in a time where businesses, our business included, are under a lot of pressure, but still the leadership team decided this is so important for us to still get our whole team together for 3 days. We're going to talk about work a little bit, but we're going to really spend time connecting as a team, doing fun activities, the Olympics. I mean, there were like lots of s'mores, bonfire late nights. Like it just was such a special connection to really get to know people, especially with me being here in Denver. Establishing those connections in person really go a long way. So I loved the offsite. I'm looking forward to what we're going to cook up for next year.
I know. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Yeah, I'm also remote in San Francisco for our listeners. And so getting that in-person time with the team for me too is just like the best. And especially getting to kind of live a week in just quintessential Midwestern summer. Like that day that we went to the lake, I was just like, wow, I feel like I'm in a movie. We like went to the lake, we got ice cream, we walked and shopped around. I think I bought like a bunch of pottery. Great day.
Great day. Yes.
Awesome. So, one thing I did want to ask you about was I know you've been doing a lot of work with partnerships here at Thoughtium, aside from yeah some of the this is our moment and other work you've been doing. Tell me a little bit more about what you've got in the works with partnerships.
Yeah. So, Thoughtium, we are a small and mighty team, but we've actually realized that some of our most impactful client work comes from when we're able to partner with either other companies, other coaches and practitioners, or other technology platforms. So I've been exploring a couple different partnerships with our team versus people that I've known in previous lives. And one of these we actually just ran a couple weeks ago. We ran a pilot program in Cincinnati called Activating Your Personal Brand. And we ran that with a group called Forthright People. And this is actually someone I used to work with at Procter and Gamble. So we were able to reunite and build this program for individuals who are maybe trying to figure out what's next in my career, what's next in my life. So we put together this program that went extremely well, and we're going to be hosting another one here in the next couple months. So it's just been super fun to work on these different partnerships and bring different people's skill sets together to create something brand new.
Yeah, it's so cool to hear that because even though we are small and mighty, yeah, we work I think in very kind of like different pockets of our business. So it's so cool to then see like that we're doing this personal brand work with folks, and I feel like it also really relates well to your story because you've had those career pivots too, and have probably had those moments of like, hey, like what is it that I'm really looking for? Kind of like you shared earlier in your pivot to Thoughtium. So. Yeah, what I maybe just to double click into that session a little bit more. What are some of the things that you encourage folks to reflect on when they're thinking about establishing that personal brand or discovering that personal brand?
Yeah, we really like to build these and think about your personal brand from the inside out. It's really hard because today in culture you see tons of things on like LinkedIn, the highlight reels of all everyone's success, or you see on Instagram different lives people are living, and you're like, oh, is that what I should be doing? So again, we're taking that space to look inside and really start understanding, like, what are my personal values? What do I really care about? And then as you work your way out through the different layers of this particular personal brand activation, you think about, like, what are my particular characteristics? And how does that show up both positively or negatively, depending on what do I want my personal brand to be? And a lot of times that is dependent upon what is your goal. So if your goal is to be the CEO of a company, that will really impact how you need to be showing up or have executive presence or how you need to communicate with your team. So it's kind of fun to build it from the inside out, always pointing towards a bigger goal that you're going after. So if anyone's interested, I could talk about personal branding all day.
I feel like I could ask you about it all day. Uh, yeah, no, that's so I love just the overall framing of it's so easy to look externally. And I think that's probably a lot of our default mode. At
Yeah.
least I feel like fall into that often. And it's so important to also remember to look inward. So I just really appreciate that. I want to like when you have next sessions coming up, like Slack me. So awesome. Well, I guess we've been talking about the work, but maybe just to learn a little bit more about you outside of the work. Although it feels like your work and life are deeply intertwined. But what else do you like to enjoy outside of Thoughtium?
Yeah, well, some of my family's love language is sports. I grew up with three brothers and a stepbrother and a stepsister, and like sports was like all day, all the time. So that's one of my favorite things to do. Whether it's where I actually am starting in a pickleball league on Thursday, so that's going to be new. We're jumping on the pickleball bandwagon with everyone else. But yeah, play soccer, volleyball, all those things are my favorite hobbies. And then about actually when I was right in between one of my career pivots from PNG to this agency, I started learning watercolor painting. My godmother, she's an incredible watercolor artist. And so I just started doing lessons with her. And so that's just something I love to do as like a stress reduction and just hang out. So those are two of my favorites.
I love that. What do you usually paint? Do you do like landscapes, more abstract? What's your watercolor vibe?
Well, recently, so a lot of friends and family have been having babies. So I asked them, like, what is the theme of the room? And then do like an animal related to the theme. So a lot of like cute little elephants. And I've done, let's see here, like a llama, a sea turtle. But yeah, just fun
Oh,
animals.
that's so sweet. I am in the season of life where a lot of my friends are starting to have babies, so I might commission you for some cute baby animal paintings. That's so, oh, I love that. Oh, awesome. Also tried the pickleball train. Not the most coordinated. Yeah, hand-eye coordination is not one of my personal strengths. But one other thing I wanted to ask you about. I know you do have a wedding coming up. It's funny too because for us at Thoughtium, we've had a lot of weddings in the last couple of years, and to think about wedding planning from like an experiential design lens is always fun. I feel like my job was actually really helpful in planning my own wedding last year. So just want to hear about where are you in the planning process? Have you had any of your experiential design skills come to play in that?
I know we're definitely at an advantage because planning big events and experiences is our job. So we do have a leg up as far as the Excel spreadsheets and budgeting and all that goes. We're doing something really fun where we're gonna have kind of our immediate family do a wedding out in the mountains, and then we're gonna do a couple different parties. Where each of our families are at. So some days I'm like, this is the most brilliant plan ever because we're going to have intentional time with all these groups. And on the other end, I'm like, I'm now planning 4 wedding parties. Am I insane? So I go back and forth, but I think it'll all come together.
Oh, that's awesome. More of a progression and a journey than a single experience.
Exactly, exactly.
That's awesome. Oh, I can't. And that's in May,
Yeah.
correct?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations again. Very excited to see all the photos and hear how all those different parties go. Well, we always like to end our Meet the Team episodes with some rapid fire questions. Adrienne has not seen these questions. They are a surprise, so this is very off the cuff. And feel free to say pass, but I'm sure you'll have answers for all of these. So 3 rapid fire questions. First, easy one. What's something you're currently reading, watching, listening to, or current obsession?
I finally just started watching, is it called What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh yeah, the vampire show. Yeah.
The vampire shows. I'm dying laughing at that. I love it. It's like my new background show, like The Office or Parks and Rec is now the vampire show.
Oh, that show's really good. I've only seen a couple episodes, but they were really funny. I think there was like a season of it on an airplane once, and I like watched all of it. Yeah, really good. Need to revisit that. Okay, next rapid fire question. We are in the middle of winter, and I'd love to know, what is your go-to winter comfort food?
Ooh, okay. I would say definitely ramen. And
Yeah.
I like run cold all the time. So I have like in Colorado the heated gloves, the heated socks, the heated vest for any time we're going outdoors. But like a delicious ramen always hits the spot
Gosh,
for me.
she is insulated. Amazing. Last rapid fire question. What is maybe a collection you had as a kid or a collection that you have now? If you've never had a collection, that's okay.
I had a Pokemon card collection, and when and I know this off the top of my head because I went back to my parents' house and my mom told me she gave away my Pokemon collection to a little kid down the street. And I was like, Mom, this could be worth thousands of dollars now. And she's like, well, if you want it, you can go back to that little kid and your Pokemon binder back. So I decided I'm going to pass on the Pokemon
Wow.
card.
Well, tragic. Oh, well, this was so much fun. That I think wraps up our episode. I hope you get your Pokemon cards back. I also hope you stay warm in Denver this winter. And excited about all the stuff we have coming up at work. I'll be in, or we're reconvening in Chicago in March, so I think that's the next time I'll see you. But before we go, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. As a reminder, we go live every Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central. You can find today's episode at thoughtium.com/live.